Welcome in to game 3 or 4, whichever way you look at it, of the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl. The Harvest Christian Academy Hawks taking on the East Central Patriots. Patriots coming out of Pinson, Alabama. Hawks coming out of Cope, South Carolina. James Shannon and Blake Biggs on the call. We'll have Blake with us here momentarily. Here's the kick. It's an onside squib kick fielded by East Central. Around the 46-yard line up to the 47 is where they will mark it. And it'll be 1st and 10 Patriots.
Number 85, Andrew Nichols on the return.
So 1st and 10 for the Patriots. And senior quarterback, well, we'll get the quarterback's number here momentarily. I believe it's 12. Here's the give on the left-hand side, looking for the edge. And he's got it. That's number 14, the All-American Andrew Barksdale. And he's in for an East Central Patriots touchdown.
Yeah, that's a great run right there, James. Just hit the outside corner, and there was nothing but real estate right there. Great run.
There are no flags on the play. And so East Central will have the 6-0 lead. They are going to attempt, I believe, an extra point, and so every time there's an extra point, they will have to shift to the right-hand side of the field. Traditionally, this is a youth field, so they don't need the field goal post, but they do have one here.
So they're trying the PAT is what you're saying? Or?
Yes, they are going to attempt a PAT.
Yeah, that's a rare exception in 8-man. Not a lot of teams have kickers.
Doesn't happen very often. I love getting to call extra points in 8-man. Here we go. This is number 15, Andrew McCohen, the sophomore. No, I'm sorry, that's 16, Barrett Weems, the sophomore. Snap, set, kick. It's good. Straight up the middle, and just like that, 23 seconds in, East Central leads Harvest Christian 7-0. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. .23 seconds in, and the Patriots from Alabama have the 7-0 lead off of a touchdown run by Barksdale and a Weems extra point. Weems set to kick it away now. Kick is away. Good deep kick down around the 15-yard line. Return here on the right-hand side. This is number 44, Greg Lehan. Lehan making men miss. There are flags around the 40. Lehan will take it all the way back to the end zone But let's check this laundry,
On the carry. Got the flags on the field.
and let's see what we've got, Blake. So it'll be a Harvest Christian first down at the 38-yard line.
Personal foul.
1st and 10. Well, yeah. Nope, let's see. They're spotting it at the 39-yard line. Nope, they're marching it back. So the original spot of the penalty was the 39, and then they're going to walk it back to the 47-yard line, 48-yard line, rather. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 48 for Harvest. Great return there by Lehan Blake, but personal foul just messes with it and moves it back. Takes a touchdown off the board, too. We'll get Blake back here in just a second. First and 10 Hawks. This is Connor Sandifer, the sophomore, at quarterback. He's in the shotgun. Takes the snap, direct snap rather. That was to number 10, Ryan Fanning, and he's dropped quickly by that Patriots defense around the 45-yard line. Loss of 3 on the play. It'll bring up a Harvest 2nd and 13. Once again, Sandifer in the shotgun. Direct snap again to Fanning, and again, it's a repeat. Deja vu. He is dropped at the 40. Big stop by that Patriots defense. They'll spot it back. They'll give him the 41. But now facing a third and 20. Nope, 3rd and 15 rather. Harvest breaks the huddle. Fanning is up on the line. Sandifer in the shotgun takes the snap. Keeper, no correction. This is number 1, Chris Hill, and he is driven back to the 35. So 3 straight plays with losses for the Hawks.
Number 1, Chris Hill on the carry. Tackled in the back.
And now the ball will be spotted at the 37. Maybe the 38. Yep, 38 is what they will give him. And it'll be 4th. Now it's 4th and 20 for the Hawks. So 4th and 20 for the Hawks. And they will presumably, let's see. Well, nope. Not going to presume. Looked like they might punt, and now we'll get a timeout called here by Harvest. They will stop the clock with 8:47 to go here in the first quarter. We'll step aside. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. We are back here at Bud Parton Field on the campus of Rocky Top Sports World. Loss of yardage on the play.
Number 10, Ryan.
Back to the 35-yard line. And it will be a turnover on downs. And East Central will take over with great field position. Well, it's been a morning so far. We kicked off here on Field 6 at 11 a.m. with Freedom Cowboys and Pack Panthers JV squaring off. Pack Panthers with a 28-0 win. And up on Field 5, you had Tri-Cities Christian and the Augusta Eagles squaring off. That one kicked off at 10 a.m. Eastern. And now we have a flag. Illegal substitution called
Appreciate
on
it,
the
man.
defense.
Ham.
But that game, the Tri-Cities Augusta game, Battle of the Eagles, kicked off
Here, let me see
at
those
10
real quick.
a.m. and it was a 76-40 final. Eagles
Just something
from
to watch.
Tri-Cities
There's like
with the win
excess
in that
stick.
one. And Blake working on his microphone there on his headset, trying to get it up and running. But 1st and 10 for East Central from the 30. Pass on the left-hand side. Oh, incomplete. Unable to haul it in. It's number 4, Jeb Lacey. Getting reps at quarterback right now, Knox Cooper for East Central.
What's that? Let me see that. Okay, thank you. See if this works.
We'll get Blake here back in just a second. Cooper with the give on the right-hand side. Ball carried by number 23. Well, let's see. Let's get a number. Number 24, that's going to be Levi Jett, the sophomore with the carry.
I'm not getting anything. Thank you, though.
We have a little bit of audio there from Blake. Coming up on 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go, so we will adjust that real quick. I'll wait till you get closer to 7:37. Cooper pressured and dropped at the 35. And that's number 14 for Harvest. That's going to be Keegan Fanning. Little 14-on-14 crime there. Nope, 14-on-13 crime, rather.
14, Keegan Fanning.
So it'll be 4th and, call it 4th and 8 for East Central, who scored within the first 23 seconds of the game. Big touchdown run by Andrew Barksdale, the All-American. Cooper under center. Takes the snap. Quick throw off to the left-hand side. This is number 8, Micah Smith. And Smith across the 10, 5, end zone, touchdown. East Central Patriots, they've struck again.
Patriots touchdown.
And Micah Smith, a powerful run there. And they will now flip the field so that Barrett Weems can attempt his second extra point of the day, 1 for 1 so far. Patriots coming out of the ACSC there in Alabama. Fellow conference opponents include the Evangel Christian School Lightning, Lighthouse Warriors, Ezekiel Academy Knights, and the Southern Christian Patriots, which Evangel and Lighthouse playing in last year's Black Bear Brawl had a certified classic between Lighthouse and Pack. Evangel took on Cary Christian out of North Carolina. They picked up the win. Traditionally, both of those teams have been strong teams, have had good coaching, good players. East Central on the come up. Ezekiel as well has been strong in the last few years. A little bit of a rebuilding phase now. Snap, set, kick. Weems. It's good. He is 2 for 2 on extra points, and the Patriots have a 14-0 lead here with 6:41 to go in the first quarter. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Just over 6.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter here at Bud Parton Field. Up in the mountains, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, Rocky Top Sports World. James Shannon, Blake Biggs momentarily will be on the call, working out some issues. Theodore Fernandez manning the camera and replay. Kickoff is out of bounds, and it's a huge break for Harvest Christian, as they will get the ball, I believe, at the 35 or 40-yard line, unless they, no, it looks like Harvest is electing for East Central to re-kick. Yeah, they want to re-kick. So we will see what happens. Let's get an update from up at Field 5. Freedom Cowboys and Pack Panthers taking on each other. 2:49 remaining in the first quarter. Pack leads that game 8-0. So a dogfight between the varsity squads, the JV game. It was a good game. It was a fight, but Pack just kind of had the advantage and edged ahead of them. Kickoff down inside the 20, fielded around the 10. This is going to be Lehan on the return again. Had a great return the first time, called back for a penalty, and now brought down at the 34. And so the Hawks will have a 1st and 10 at their own 34. Struggling on offense, that first offensive drive. 3 straight running plays, 3 straight loss of yards. They ended up with about a 4th and 20. And then had a turnover from another loss of yards. First and 20, Hawks. It's going to be Fanning and Hill in the backfield. Ball is carried by Fanning. And the first positive play of the day for the Hawks, up to, they're going to mark it at the 42-yard line, 43-yard line rather, and bring up a 2nd and 2. Good hard run there by Fanning. Ryan Fanning, the sophomore. Harvest coming out of the SIFA, their opponents including the Augusta Eagles, who just took on Tri-Cities Christian. Pack Panthers, who are currently playing Freedom Cowboys. The Carolina Wildcats, brand new to the conference, getting a win over the Chattanooga Patriots last night. Carried by Fanning, and he is met in the backfield by number 3. It's going to be Dejon O'Neal with the tackle. So far, SIFA overall record 1-1. Carolina with the win over the Chattanooga Patriots, and then Augusta earlier taking on Tri-Cities. Pack currently in the middle of playing Freedom, so we'll see what happens with that one. And then Coastal Hurricanes and Georgia School for the Innovation and Classics, also members of that conference. Carry here by Lehan on the right-hand side. Good hard run. Bulling his way down to the 50 is Lehan. And when there is a player down, looks like Lehan went down for a moment. Now he will have to come out of the game for a play. Did lose his helmet. But a good hard run down to the 50-yard line. And for the first time today, Harvest moves the chains. Getting something going here with just over 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sun coming out in full effect here in Gatlinburg.
Got an encroachment on the defense.
And we have an encroachment call here against East Central. It'll be another 5 yards. And a first down for the Patriots. First and 5 for the Hawks. Fanning with the keeper. Met almost immediately, but he will push forward. Looks like they're going to give him a couple. Good hard run by the young man.
Ryan Fanning on the carry, brought down by host Patriots.
And it may be a, well, it won't be a first down, but it will be a 2nd and 3. So 2nd and 3 for the Hawks. And a good hard run here. This is Lehan, who was out for a play, and he's back in.
Number 44, Greg Leon on the carry. We got a flag on the field.
There is a flag on the field.
Got a holding on the offense.
Clock currently stopped at 2:29 in the first quarter. Ball will be moved back to the 47. So now facing a 2nd and 13 are the Hawks. It's going to be Lehan taking the direct snap, makes the first man miss, but the second man, he will not be able to make a miss.
Leon on the carry, brought down by a host of Patriots.
And they will spot him with, once again, a loss. Loss of 3, facing a 3rd and 15. Quick shout out to number 42, Brendan Hill, being a good teammate, helping out Lehan with the jersey there, come off the shoulder pads. Lehan, nope, this is Fanning. Nope, Lehan with the kip up and the keeper.
Greg Leon on the carry.
He'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 20, O'Neal.
Where line of scrimmage is the 43. So 4th and 17. And they will, I believe they're going to let the rest of the first quarter play out here. Nope, they're going to get one more playoff here. 10 seconds on the clock. No, they will head to the ball. They will huddle up. And that'll do it for the first quarter. From Bud Parton Field here on the campus of Rocky Top Sports World. After one, it's East Central 14, Harvest Christian nothing. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Getting set for the second quarter here at the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl here at Rocky Top Sports World. Theodore Fernandez working the camera, working replay. Blake Biggs momentarily will be back on commentary once we get a couple technical things figured out. This is going to be Chris Hill with the keeper, and he's going to be dragged down at the 33-yard line on 4th down. So for the second consecutive offensive drive, it's a turnover on downs with a loss of yardage on the carry. And Harvest trying to get some offense going, but this East Central defense is just suffocating. Patriots break the huddle. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Man in motion. This is Cooper. Give to Barksdale. No, I'm sorry. That's number 24. That's going to be Levi Jett.
Number 24, Levi Jett on the carry. Brought down by number 10, Ryan Fanning.
Gain of 7 on the play. Down to the 26-yard line. I'll bring up an East Central 2nd and 3.
Y'all go ahead. Oh.
Little mishandled snap by Cooper, able to recover. He's going to tuck it, looking for the pylon, and he's got it. Touchdown East Central. Patriots with 10:38 rather to go in the second quarter have now extended it to a 3-score lead. And they are already on that end of the field. The only end of the field that has the field goal posts, so that Barrett Weems can attempt his 3rd extra point of the day. 2 for 2 so far. Snap, set, kick. It's good. Weems is 3 for 3 on the day, and East Central has a 3-score lead. With 10:38 to go in the, 10:29 to go in the second quarter. It's East Central 21, Harvest Christian nothing. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Kickoff here returned by number 44, Greg Lehan for Harvest Christian. No, correction. Number 63, Chris Norman on the return.
Tackled by number 20, Jamon O'Neal.
It looks like Norman is back up and walking off under his own power. You'd love to see it. Get this fixed. 10:18 to go in the second quarter. 10:18 to go here in the second quarter. And we'll see if we can't get an update, scoring update from up the hill. Freedom Cowboys and Pack Panthers varsity matchup. .312 remaining in the second quarter. It's Pack 8 and Freedom nothing. So a very even game up the hill on field 5. Ball is carried here by Fanning. Patriots swarming him. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 12. Well, this is game 2 of 3 that's being played here on this field. At 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, the Cabarrus Stallions and the Anderson Cavaliers will face off. We have a flag coming in from the back official. Delay of game called against Harvest. Moving back 5 more yards, and it'll now be 2nd and 17. So like I said, for Cabarrus coming out of North Carolina. Anderson coming out of South Carolina. A couple rivals matching up here in Gatlinburg. This is Lehan on the keeper, brought down at the 25-yard line. And a slight loss on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
Number 12, Nikita Gitmanchuk.
So 3rd and 20 for Harvest Christian. Lehan with the keeper. Across the 30, great run by the young man for a gain of 7 or 8.
Number 44, Greg Leon on the carry, brought down by host Patriots.
And it'll bring up a 4th and about 15 to go. We'll get Blake Biggs back on the call here momentarily. Working on some audio issues. James Shannon, Blake Biggs, Theodore Fernandez here on the call for Harvest Christian East Central. Spencer Tom Sett, Eli Cornett, and Brendan Daniel on the call for currently Freedom Pack. They also had the call on Tri-Cities Augusta. Here's the pass over to Lehan, dumped it off, and he is leveled, absolutely leveled by
number 44, Greg Leon on the carry.
Patriots number 2. Nick Nelson with the tackle, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Nope, correction, turnover on downs. Ball will be spotted at the 30, and it will be an East Central Patriots 1st down. And a huge hit there. Nelson absolutely laying the lumber. First and 10 Patriots. They are 3 for 3 on scoring drives. See if they can go 4 for 4. Here's Cooper with the give. This is to number 24, Levi Jett. Levi makes a man miss, gets inside the 5. It'll move the chains, and it'll be an East Central Patriots first and goal.
Sets up a nice first and goal situation for these Patriots.
This will be Cooper under center. Jet lone back in the backfield. Play fake to him. Cooper will tuck it. Look for the end zone. They'll say he stepped out at the 1. Between the 1 and the 2.
Number 13 knocks Cooper on the carry.
So Harvest avoids giving up another touchdown for the moment. They'll end up spotting it at the 2-yard line. And we'll have a timeout called here
Timeout, Patriots.
by the Patriots on 2nd and goal. We'll step aside. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Second and goal for the Patriots. I formation. Cooper under center. Takes the snap, play fake, fires it out. Touchdown! Touchdown completion to the big man. That's number 59. Tucker Wadsworth, the senior. Nope, that is not 59. Yeah, it is 59.
Number 59, Tucker Wadsworth on the reception.
Getting the big guy, the senior, a touchdown. And it'll add 6. And let's see if Weems can go 4 for 4. Snap, set, kick. Good. Extra point is good with 5:38 to go here in the second quarter.
It's good.
East Central 28, Harvest Christian nothing. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Kickoff return here by number 63. That's going to be the big guy, Chris Norman, on the return up to the 29-yard line. So I talked about the games coming up at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, right here on field number 6. It's Bud Parton Field. Of course, you can watch it right here on 8-Man Extreme. 4 p.m. The Cabarrus Stallions and Anderson Cavaliers, a big 11-man matchup, North Carolina versus South Carolina. Up on field 5, though, the main field. This is field 6. Up on field 5, big matchup. The Arendelle Parrott Academy Patriots taking on Evangel Christian School Lightning. North Carolina versus Alabama. Big matchup there. APA coming out of the NCISAA. And Evangel, of course, coming out of the ACSC. Just like East Central, who leads here 28-0 over the Hawks. This is going to be a direct snap carry by Lehan. He'll get a yard or 2. They'll give him a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. So we'll check this here. Clock is continuing to run. Here's a direct snap carry by Lehan. Not able to get anything going.
Number 44, Greg Leon on the carry. Brought down with number 3.
With around 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Second annual Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl last year. Very eventful set of games. Cabarrus and Georgia Force. Their JVs played. Lighthouse Pack. Of course, you had the 3-hour weather delay in the middle of that one. And then Georgia Force and Cabarrus Varsity went to overtime, and Evangel Carey had an exciting start. Evangel getting the win. They'll air it out here. This is a pass incomplete. Chris Hill over the middle and almost hauled in. And his teammates comforting him after ball going in and out of his hands. Looks like maybe number 8, Micah Smith. Eight Micah Smith or 9. I think it's 8 Micah Smith. No, it is 9. Everett Nichols. Only in 7th grade. Hill, pass across the middle, complete to Lehan. He's got it at the 31. Ball's out. East Central's on it. Patriots recover the fumble. Pass completed from Hill to Lehan. But that Patriots defense swarming the offensive players for Harvest, not able to get anything going. And East Central will take over with the ball now at the 32-yard line. And they'll have a 1st and 10. We'll have a timeout called here by Harvest.
Timeout,
As they will look to regroup a little bit. Coming up, minute and 33. left in the first half. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Back here at Field 6, Bud Parton Field on the campus of Rocky Top Sports World. Cooper with the give. That's to number 4, Lacey. There is a flag down in the backfield. Lacey will get forced out of bounds inside the 20.
Number 4 did Lacey on the carry.
But that's going to be a false start called on East Central, and we'll back him up. And we'll go audio only momentarily while we get the video back up and running. Under a minute to go here in the first half. We'll figure it out during halftime. Here's a carry here by Lacey, and he will get brought down at the line of scrimmage. Clock will continue to run.
Number 10, Ryan Fanning.
And let's get a quick, see if we can get a quick update on the Freedom Pack game that's happening up on field number 5. 2:35 to go in the second quarter. Pack has a 14-0 lead over the Freedom Cowboys. Had some video momentarily. We'll get it back here during halftime. Last play of the half, Cooper with a quarterback keeper around the edge. Forced, well, he'll stay in bounds. But that'll do it for the for the first half, the second quarter. And so we'll step away for the duration of halftime. Your score, East Central Patriots 28, Harvest Christian nothing. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. All right, we are back here at Bud Parton Field. Field number 6 on the campus of Rocky Top Sports World. Big return there by number 63. It's going to be Chris Norman, the senior, with the kickoff return. So with a little bit of actually starting on the positive side of the field. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Clock will run, presuming they do a running clock here for the second half. Carry by Hill. Loss of yardage on the play. Back to the 46. I'll bring up an East Central second down. Coming up on 10 minutes remaining here in the second half. We do have whistles. Looks like a pass was completed to Lehan. But a false start called on the Hawks. So it'll bring up a loss of 5. Still second down. Hill with the keeper across the 40 down to the 37-yard line. He'll get some of the original lost yardage back off of the penalty, but it'll still be 2nd and 12. Let's see if we can bring Mr. Blake Biggs back.
Am I on?
Let's see. Do you have audio, Blake?
Check. Mic check on 1, mic check on 2.
All right. Sounds like you're back.
I'm back.
So we're going to have another flag here. Be a false start. It'll move him back 5 more yards.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you through the mic. I can hear you.
So 2nd and 15 to go. Hill dumps it across the middle. Lehan with the catch. Down across the 25, across the 35-30, down to the 28.
Yeah, good tough physical run right there after the catch. You know, didn't give up on that play. And, you know, almost ended up in a near first down. Now it makes it a very favorable 3rd and short.
And as the Hawks get ready for 3rd down, just a reminder, at 4 p.m. Central, or 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, the Anderson Cavaliers and the Cabarrus Stallions will match up right here on 8-Man Extreme on this field. So I will have the call along. I think Blake is calling another game. Let's see. Myself and Eli Cornett will have the call. Pass across the middle. This is going to be hauled in by the big guy, number 63, Chris Norman.
And was Norman eligible on that catch?
I think, yeah, he was lined up at receiver and just ran a drag. Ran a drag route right across the middle.
Big boy. Must be his secondary position must be tight end.
So a 1st and 10, only the second or third 1st and 10 of the game for Harvest. And good on East Central. Looks like they're starting to give some of their younger guys some work. Hill with the keeper. Tried to go inside, bounces outside, looking for the edge, makes the first man miss. Second man is who gets to him. Brings him down at the 2-yard line. Once again, it's a Harvest 1st down, 1st and goal.
Yeah, and that's a good designated run right there. Just kept the ball himself, found there was no edge linebacker outside, and just took it for a good gain. Almost scored there.
With 5:58 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Hawks will burn a timeout. Presumably trying to dial up a scoring play, trying to get on the board. And if they do, we will avoid a 2nd straight shutout. The earlier game that kicked off at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, between the Freedom Cowboys JV and the Pack Panthers JV. Pack with a 28-0 win. And their varsity squads are currently playing. Let's see. See if we have a scoring update here. As Harvest gets ready to line back up. So let's skip forward to the live. So they've just started the 2nd half, and Pack is leading 14-0. Freedom does have the ball.
There's a run up the middle.
Carry up the middle. Not a whole lot there. But Blake, you've been watching. You have working on audio issues, but you've been watching this game. This Patriots defense has just been suffocating all day.
Yeah, it's been ferocious all day. They've forced a lot of turnovers. They've just been at the right place at the right time. And for Harvest, I mean, they're still in this game. They're still fighting, but it's just been a case of missed timely turnovers.
Carry here on the left-hand side. And this is Hill. He got into the end zone, but we do have flags. So we'll check those. And they will get tagged for holding. It'll move them back 10 yards. So I mentioned 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, right here on 8-Man Extreme. Here on this field, the Cabarrus Stallions and the Anderson Cavaliers will match up at the main field up at Field 5. You'll have the APA Patriots, they're Arendelle Parrott Academy Patriots out of Kinston, North Carolina, taking on the Evangel Christian School Lightning out of Alabaster, Alabama. Pass across the middle, complete to Lehan. Back to the line of scrimmage, I believe.
And that's just a tough break right there for Harvest. Just couldn't get any space on the pass.
Hill with the incomplete pass intended for Lehan. It'll bring up a 4th and goal. We'll get a Harvest timeout called here. Still trying to dial something up. Well, Blake, we talked about it in the first game. Of course, here at the Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl, each game there's an MVP named. First game we kind of debated a little bit. Was it? And I don't know if we did get a definitive answer who the MVP was
for last game.
Who they selected for MVP. We can
I don't
check.
know.
We can check
had some
on that.
audio issues, so we'd have to check. But
here's Lehan with a carry up the middle. Nothing doing. Stuffed by that East Central Patriots defense. And it'll be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 East Central. So we debated a little bit with the first game, with the Freedom Pack JV game. Here in this one, who do you got?
This one's a little bit different. I have Lehan. He seemed to kind of be like the heart and soul of the Harvest offense. So my pick's with Lehan.
Now you do have the East Central quarterback. I believe his name is Nelson Cooper.
Nelson Cooper, yeah.
Yeah, Nelson Cooper. No, Knox Cooper. I'm sorry, Knox Cooper. And he does have a touchdown pass and a touchdown run to his credit. Maybe two. I think 2 touchdown passes, if I'm not mistaken. Speaking of which, there he is, airing it out. And pass is complete to number 5, Henry Lacey, up to the 45-yard line. It'll be an East Central first down.
Yeah, and that's just a great pass right there. Had a little post hick to it, but great way to bust the coverage wide open.
As you can see, our clock is slightly off. We'll get that fixed. There we go. And running clock here in the second half. Under center, give. Left-hand side, make the first man miss. Will get brought down by the second man. Let's try to get a number on that. I believe it's number 24 for East Central. That's going to be Levi Jett. Well, they're going to credit number 1 with the carry. Let's see who they've got in at quarterback right now. I think it's still Cooper, Knox Cooper. Yep, Knox Cooper still in at quarterback. Cooper takes the snap, rolls left, rolls right, pressured.
It's a fumble.
Fumble out of bounds. Ball's momentum carried it out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a great play by the defense right there. Blitzing the weak side or the blind side of Cooper right there. Got a hand right where he was about to throw the ball, forced the fumble. Just, again, the ball hasn't been rolling the way for Harvest today, and it sure didn't on that play. And it went out of bounds, and East Central will retain possession. And East Central still rolling with their starters, aren't they, James?
They do have some starters in. They've rotated a couple guys out, I believe. Barksdale is on the sideline. I know that. They've rotated some guys, I believe. Here's Cooper. Rolling left, fires, pass complete. It's number 5, Lacey. He's down across the 40, but we do have a flag back at the East Central 40.
He might have passed too far upfield.
May have gone past the line of scrimmage. We'll get the call. Holding the call against East Central. So they will stop the clock. We'll tack 25 more seconds on there. You know, if you wanted to go with a dark horse MVP candidate, you could go with Barrett Weems. 4 for 4 on extra points.
Yeah, Barrett Williams, yeah.
If you wanted a little
Little
out of
kicker
left,
love.
little kicker love, little out of left field, selection. Weems a sophomore, so he, if selected as the MVP of the game, he could get into he could get an automatic bid and a scholarship for the Rising Stars game. That would answer a kicker problem there for that game. And that is the end of the third quarter as we tick down. We'll step aside after 3. It's East Central 28, Harvest Christian nothing. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. We are back with the fourth quarter of this matchup between the East Central Patriots out of Pinson, Alabama, and the Harvest Christian Academy Hawks out of Cope, South Carolina. James Shannon, Blake Biggs on the call, Theodore Fernandez handling camera and replay. Here's a carry by number 4 for East Central. That's going to be, I ought to know it, it's number 4, Jeb Lacey, the senior.
Yeah, and that's a great run by the senior right there. Outside run, just found the corner, juked him out of his shoes, and took the contact like a man. Great run right there.
And you can see, get this clock fixed real quick. There we go. Clocks are synced up now. Well, they stopped it at 11:12. Cooper in at quarterback. He'll go under center. Directing traffic. Cooper will take the snap. Drops. Looking flushed right. And sack.
Yeah, that's a great blitz right there by the outside linebacker. Let's see if we can get the replay on that.
Number 14, Keegan Fanning.
Keegan Fanning.
Getting the pressure.
So he comes off that left side, or no, right side would be his. Beats that tackle and hits the weak side. That's a great play by Keegan Fanning right there.
I can only assume, well, before I assume, let me double check. Let's take a look at something real quick. All right, we got some twins, Keegan and Ryan. So Ryan carrying the ball and Keegan getting the sacks. Cooper is under center. Give. Ball's on the ground. And that was Lacey, I believe.
Yeah, I guess they blow it
No,
dead.
Jet.
Yeah.
Levi Jet with the carry. Huge loss of yards on the play.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a 3rd and 23.
I thought that was pretty different because the ball carrier, what was it, Lacey? He was still standing on
Levi Jet.
Levi Jet. He was still standing on his feet when he had the ball. They blew it dead. So
I think he stepped out of bounds, maybe.
Stepped out.
That might be why they blew it. And they are stopping the clock here in the fourth quarter. Maybe they had a running clock in the third and stopping it here in the fourth.
Timeout East Central.
We'll get a timeout by East Central, trying to direct traffic a little bit. So we've talked about the 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central games coming up. Anderson Cavaliers and Cabarrus Stallions. And then you've got Evangel Christian versus Arundel Parrott. 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Georgia Force and Virginia Spartans will cap off this 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl. That game will be up on Field 5. And excited to have Eli Cornett and Brendan Daniel on the call for that one. Well, if you're new to the channel, maybe not used to 8-Man Extreme, thank you so much for tuning into these games. We are excited and honored to cover 8-Man football all throughout the season. We'll broadcast big events like this, and then every Sunday at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, you can catch Extreme Talk right here on our channel. We'll recap what happened over the past weekend. We'll talk to some coaches. We'll preview the games that are coming up the weekend after the show. That's Extreme Talk every Sunday, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, right here on 8-Man Extreme. Ball carried by Lacey and a huge loss back to the 32-yard line.
James, I don't know if you caught it, but he flipped it to, I don't have the roster, but number 80, Titus Wallach. He flipped it as he was about to get sacked, and that'll hurt his rush yards.
So it'll bring up a 4th down, 20, 30, 32. 4th down and 32. So 4th and 32. And I believe that's Weems on to punt. Handled extra points all day, 4 for 4. Like the old Wendy's meal. Oh, and they fake it. Weems is going to keep it. One stiff arm, but it's not enough. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't Weems. That was number 8, Micah Smith. They fake the punt. And it is a turnover on downs. So a little trickeration we saw. The first game had a 2-point conversion attempt with it was a handoff and then a halfback pass for the 2-point. And here faking the punt. So we're trending 2 for 2 on games with trick plays.
Yeah. No.
Love it. Love to see it.
Yeah, love to see it. But at this time of the game, in that situation, yardage-wise, I kind of scratch my head a little bit because it's 4th and forever, and you're up 28. Why are you faking punts?
4th and a third of the field.
Yeah.
Two and a half minutes to go in the third quarter up at Field 5. Pack Panthers lead the Freedom Cowboys 14-0. Blake, a very stark contrast between the game that's being played right now between Pack and Freedom JV, or varsity rather, the game that's being played right now, and then the first game they had on that field where Tri-Cities Christian, here's a pass across the middle to Lehan and incomplete. And his second kip up of the day. If you can't give anything to Lehan, he's athletic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, watching him run around has been fun. He's been the sole can't think of the word. He's been the sole reason why Hickory is, or not, excuse me, not Hickory.
Harvest
Harvest
yep.
is still in this game.
But you had a 14-0 score. We're going to have whistles here. I believe we got a false start. Yep, on Harvest. So 14-0 score up at Field 5 between Pack Panthers and Freedom Cowboys. The first game between Tri-Cities Christian and Augusta Eagles,
100-some points.
76-40, I believe, was the final. Let me just double check that.
So 116 points, and then the next few games have been shutouts. As there's a sack there by number 12 VCS.
Number 12 for East Central, that's going to be Nikita Gitmanshuk, senior.
Say that 3 times fast.
Gitmanshuk.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was going to get you.
Try again. Final score from the Tri-Cities Augusta Eagles game, 76-40. And then right now, Pack leads Freedom 14-0.
So
such a wide variety of scores.
So it's funny. That game, had 116 points on it, and then every single game since then has been a shutout.
Pack Panthers shut out the Freedom Cowboys JV squad. Both JV teams playing. They shut out for Pack. I believe it was 28-0. What an athletic play here. This is Hill across the 45. Ball's out again. Let's see. They're going to say he was down.
Yeah, that was almost bad for Harvest right there, but his knee was down, fortunately. But what an athletic play by Hill right there.
I was about to say, look, if you look at the hurdle by Hill.
Leaped over the defender and ran for a good chunk of yards. What's that? Yaj, yards after jump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yaj. Yeah. Yaj.
Yeah. Or yards after hurdle.
It's interesting. Like every year, you have a game that it's just the highest scoring game of the year.
Right.
It is what it is. It's not often you get that game the first game of the year. So the bar has now been set in terms of points scored. 116.
Well, think about it. Since you said everyone in Seek has, pretty much got a dude. That's kind of the general understanding around that conference. And, TCA is obviously they're leading right now in points scored. I mean, obviously Freedom doesn't look very, offensively sharp. That's not to say Pack it wasn't very good defensively. Who knows, who might come out of Seek. I know Eli Cornett's talked about his Tigers being offensively sharp. You never know what CCS is going to do. So, should be an exciting year for the conference.
How you also don't see very often that a final score, the final score, and you see a team scored 46 points. It's not very often that they scored 46 and still didn't win. Yeah, you score 46 and lose. But here at Bud Parton Field, East Central leads Harvest 28-0. Just over 6 minutes to go. Here's the give up the middle. Back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's Harvest's ball.
They're going to rule ball was out, and Harvest has it. So the Hawks will start on the plus side of the field. I think it's only the second or third time today. And they'll have a 1st and 10. And I believe we'll have a timeout called here by Harvest. East Central ready to play. and now they will burn a timeout. So we'll step aside. This is the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl right here on 8-Man Extreme. Back here in the 2024 Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl. Pass is incomplete, intended for Hill. And so it'll bring up a Harvest 2nd and 10.
Yeah, right there. They're just trying to get anything right now. Had all goes. Almost everybody ran verticals except that flat back, that running back, and they were just hoping to generate something long.
.551 to go here in the fourth quarter. They've got Norman taking the snaps. Keeper, he'll get met after a gain of a couple yards. Tried to throw the ball once he was past the line of scrimmage, but they'll rule his forward progress was stopped. That'll bring up a 3rd down for Harvest. Looking ahead, next week, East Central, they'll take on Tuscaloosa Christian out of the CFA. That'll be Tuscaloosa's first game of the season. East Central will come in at 1-0. Meanwhile, Harvest Christian out of the SIFA next week. According to Max Preps, they are off. Now here's a long pass across the middle and almost complete. That was Norman intended for Hill. I'm sorry, Norman intended for Fanning. Pass is incomplete. Just chuck it up sometimes, Blake. Sometimes you just have to see if you can get something, like you were saying earlier, just get something going.
Yeah, that's just a shot play right there. I think they're honestly just trying to have a score before they go home. Because it's a long drive back for both teams.
But who has the farthest?
The farthest?
Let's see. So here to Cope, South Carolina, where Harvest Christian is from. Let's see, what do we got?
What about that team? Where's that Virginia team from?
I'll look here in just a second. Here is Norman chucking the ball across the middle again. Be batted down by East Central. And they do have a player down, number 5.
Yeah, and again, Harvest just trying to, generate some form of offense before East Central winds this thing down.
So Harvest Christian has a 4-hour and 22-minute drive. Back to Cope, South Carolina. East Central, the Patriots out of Pinson, Alabama, just outside of Birmingham, 4 hours 38 minutes.
So they have the longer.
So
they have the longer
just
drive.
just slightly,
Just slightly by like
15,
5
20 minutes.
Yeah.
just barely.
Now, where's that Virginia team from? Is my
Let
question.
me see. Where are they billed? Where are they billed out of? Roanoke, Virginia.
Oh Lord, that's close to the. That's close to the coast, isn't it?
By the way, turnover on downs for Harvest, so East Central will have a 1st and 10. And Cooper pass across the middle, incomplete. Correction. That is number 12, Nikita Gitmanchuk, getting his first work of the day. The team from Roanoke, Virginia, 4 hours and 4 minutes.
Oh wow, okay.
So similar time. I think
Similar
your
time.
closest team
It's Tri-Cities.
is
wasn't it?
Tri-Cities.
Yeah.
Hour and
far?
49 minutes.
Hour 49. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Their opponents, the Augusta Eagles, out of Augusta, Georgia, looking at 4 hours and 42 minutes. Here's the handoff. Big hit up the middle.
Recovered by the defensive tackle. That's number 55 of Harvest Christian.
What a hit. Let's look at that replay, Blake. Boy, he dropped him like a bad habit.
Yeah, he came in running in there like his hair was on fire. He wanted it.
Good night in the morning. A big hit there. Ball spotted at the 40. It will be a Harvest Christian 1st and 10. Pack Panthers coming out of Columbia, South Carolina. So they're looking at a 3 hour and 34-minute drive. And then the Freedom Cowboys, 4 hours and 14 minutes.
So everyone's about
So on average, about 4 hours.
4 hours, pretty much. With the oddball being Tri-Cities.
The Cabarrus Stallions, 3 hours and 42 minutes. I think the Anderson Cavaliers out of Anderson, they're looking at 3 hours and
Snap
3
taken,
minutes.
Lateral play,
Yep,
little
here's a
hook and
carry up the middle. This is or on the right-hand side, rather, Lehan across the 30 down to the 27. And it'll be a Harvest first down. Not many of them on the day, but
Yeah,
and
that was,
Gitmanchuk getting in on the tackle too.
You remember that hook and ladder from the Fiesta Bowl? Looked just like that.
Yeah.
They're playing backyard football right now. They got nothing to lose.
They're just having fun,
yeah,
man.
they're just having fun.
Georgia Force, who will be playing at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. They'll take on the Virginia Spartans right here on 8-Man Extreme. That'll be up at field number 5. 3 hours and 42-minute drive. Hill chucks it over the middle. Incomplete. Unable to haul the ball in. See if we can get a number.
Now, James, we talked about,
Intended for Fanning, by the way, and incomplete.
yeah. We talked about, trying to think, the farthest team this year. What's the farthest team ever to come out here? Do you know?
For
Like, to
All-American or Black Bear
play?
Brawl?
Black Bear Brawl.
Well, the Lighthouse Warriors are a similar distance to East Central. I think they're in the same general vicinity.
Yeah, they're Pinson, aren't they? Pinson, Alabama.
No, the East Central is Pinson.
Oh,
Lighthouse, I think, is Oneonta.
Oneonta. Okay.
So last year you had Lighthouse, Pack. We talked about Pack coming from Columbia, South Carolina. I probably Cary Christian.
Cary Christian.
Let's see, Cary Christian out of Cary, North Carolina, and they were looking at a 5-hour drive. So they definitely take the cake as the pass is incomplete across the middle.
I think the longest person to come from, trying to think, from wherever they were living to their school location to Gatlinburg. It's got to be that guy from Delaware. Or I remember when I played in it, there was a guy from Wilkinson County, Mississippi, which is towards the coast, right next to Louisiana. And I think there was a kid from Bend Fords in Louisiana.
I know they've had some guys from Missouri as well, from
Missouri.
Christ Prep and I believe Lighthouse Chargers, maybe some kids from Oklahoma.
Cornerstone, maybe.
I don't think Cornerstone's had anybody. Here's Hill taking the snap, chuck across the middle, intercepted. This is number 2, and they'll get him for a face mask. They'll get Norman, presumably for a face mask. East Central interception there. Just they've been chucking the ball across the middle. You knew it had to come at some point, and there it is.
Yeah. You hate to see it, with time winding down and this game almost over, but I mean, it's football; it happens. So you throw it around, you're bound to get picked off at some point.
Let's see if we can get a scoring update. 5:16 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Pack 14 and Freedom is on the board at 6. So a 1-score game between Freedom and Pack.
So there goes the shutout streak.
Well, on this field, the shutout streak is alive.
Oh yeah, on this field it is. So I'm looking at Harvest. I know they play Orangeburg, don't they?
Yeah.
They do.
Here's a carry up the middle for East Central. I believe that's number 24, Levi Jett, with the carry.
And they play in the same district, or not district, conference as Pack, don't they?
Yeah, they're with Pack, the Augusta Eagles, Coastal Hurricanes, Carolina Wildcats, and Georgia School for Innovation Classic. 6-team conference, the SIFA. So we should have about an hour of downtime until the kickoff between the Anderson Cavaliers and the Cabarrus Stallions right here on 8-Man Extreme. Here's a pass from Getman Shook. Intercepted! Intercepted by Harvest. It's number 10, Ryan Fanning. And arguably, Blake, the most positive play of the day for Harvest Christian.
I still think the hook and ladder, that was probably my favorite.
That's why I said arguably.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Yes.
It could be debated.
It could be argued.
It could be argued.
We can argue right now.
You know what's crazy is we talked about the 76-40 game that Tri-Cities and Augusta had, the first game up there at the other field. There's a possibility, and we still have 3 games to go, rather. We'll see how the Pack Freedom game ends up. There's an opportunity that the other 6 games, all the points combined don't equal the number of points in that first game between Tri-Cities and Augusta, because it's 116. So Pack put up 28 in the first JV game. East Central has 28 here, so now you're at 56. So far, 20 points scored there, 76.
76.
So you have 40 points to work with. So it could be passed.
It very well could be.
What an athletic play and out of bounds. A great run. Number 1, Chris Hill, showing up and showing out the junior for Harvest Christian.
Yeah, it looks like they love to jump around today, don't they, near the end of the quarter?
2nd and 5 coming up for Harvest.
Who made that song again? Jump Around?
It's a great question. A little before
Beastie
my time.
Boys, is it?
Who?
It's not Beastie Boys, is it?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
I know Wisconsin does it. That's their thing. Jump Around. House of Pain. There we go.
There you go. So, yeah, we'll have about an hour of downtime, and we will be back at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central with Cabarrus and Anderson. Make sure you, if you don't have both screens going and watching both of the games right here on 8-Man Extreme, Make sure you tune into that Freedom Pack game. Looks like it'll be a fun ending. And a fumble on the play recovered by East Central.
Yeah, and with time winding down, you could tell it's starting to get hot for some of these players, and it might be time to go home. And they're tired and they having a hard time holding on to the ball.
Talk about old songs. Turn out the lights. The party's over.
Yeah.
We're here at the second annual Gatlinburg Black Bear Brawl here on the campus of Rocky Top Sports World. A very beautiful Andy Bud Parton field. They call it Field 6 as well. Fields 1 through 4. A little bit smaller setup, not quite a stadium setup. Fields 5 used by Gatlinburg Pittman High School. And Field 6 here down below it. Here's a carry by Getman Shook. Across the 30, 25, down near the 20, forced out of bounds with 1:15 left.
Time still winding.
Clock stopped at 1:06. East Central threatening to add 7 more points to that point total. We're at 76 total points between the other 3 games compared to the 116 points scored in that first game, the Tri-Cities Augusta.
So these next few games have to be defensive if Tri-Cities.
If that stat was to hold,
right,
these would have to be some defensive struggles.
Yeah, who knows? Hey, who's to say the last game won't blow up? Or no, who's to say the Evangel APA is going to, beat that in terms of scoring?
Both teams very high-powered offenses but very solid defenses. Now, for Evangel, they did lose all 8 defensive starters from last year,
right.
So new defense. Arendelle Parrott, coming off a 5-5 season. They didn't have chump losses. They lost to championship winners, championship contenders. So no bad losses per se, if there's such a thing as a bad loss. East Central 2nd and 10 from the 20. Getman Shook under center. Give on the left-hand side. That's going to be Jet. He's going to get across the 15-yard line down to the 14. And they'll keep the clock going. So as we wind down the broadcast, I want to give a big thank you to Mr. Theodore Fernandez, handling camera and instant replay. Blake Biggs on color. And myself, James Shannon, here on play-by-play. Up at the other field for the last 2 games, you've had Spencer Thompson running play-by-play. Eli Cornett and Brendan Daniels kind of tag teaming color commentary and camera operator. Ball is carried, stopped at the 15-yard line, and that will do it for Game 2 here at Bud Parton Field. Game 4 in total. Your final score, East Central Patriots out of Pinson, Alabama, 28. Harvest Christian Academy, nothing. For Theodore Fernandez, Blake Biggs, I'm James Shannon. We'll have about an hour layover, and then we'll come back with the Anderson Cavaliers and the Cabarrus Stallions right here on 8 Man Extreme. Thank you so much for watching.